again, YouTube. I was tagged by Bub Beauty, and so I decided to redo this because my dad came in. So I decided to do this, redo it again. This is my guilty confessions tag. I know last time I showed you guys what I look like. I was like showing around 22, but I just didn't want to do that anymore. I had a bad experience with showing my face because people didn't want to look at me. One said I was ugly and kind of went bad for me, but he's not hot to me anymore. But other than that, no, I didn't want to show my face again, so I just decided to do this. First off, my question is, what is your guilty pleasure? My guilty pleasure is, I love anime, I love to write, and I love to read. Oh, and I love buying, collecting plushies. I only have a Soul Eater one, but it was really bad. I got it from Amazon, and his hair was supposed to be white, but then it turned blue, so it was really bad. Share something you did a long time ago that you're so ashamed of. When I was 18 years old, I guess if I tell this out loud, it'll probably make me feel better, so I'm just gonna say it for future generations. I was given an opportunity to go to work early, and I never took it. I don't know why. To this day, I really want to go back in time and beat myself up, and just tell myself to get on with it already. Even though I realized in the end it wasn't a permanent job, but it did have something to do with the arts. I would have been making artwork, which was pretty fun, I like doing that and stuff, share one bad habit you have. Me sitting with my legs crossed. I always have to break the habit because I realize that it gives you back problems. You will be in pain for a while, so you shouldn't have done it. I do have a bad habit of telling white lies, but that's probably only to protect myself and those around me who I know. Sorry. I had a lot of coffee and I'm twitching. Not used to it anymore. And I would always chew gum. And I always grind my teeth, which is really bad because my teeth are ruined. And what other bad habit do I have? Oh yeah, I would pick stuff up and put it back down. I think that's like a little bit of OCD there, I don't know, but yeah. Reveal one lie you told, big or small. I sort of told someone that she's not related to me, but I did tell her a white lie, just so they won't worry about me, I don't like people worry about me. I know that people will often look at me and say I'm not smart because I was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. And I realize now, a wise man told me that what is normal. Even, I know everybody's treating me different because I have this, but what is normal? We're all the same. I mean, some of us have no control of what we're gonna act like or grow up to be, or have problems as we're growing. As a baby, I'm not ashamed to admit that I was born with this, but it wasn't my fault. I didn't know I had it until much later, and I didn't know that I would have memory problems because of it. But to tell you the truth, I want to say this, so hopefully my social worker will get the hint. To tell you the truth, I do remember most things. It's just things that hurt me and things that I don't want to remember, I suppress in my memory, I think. I'm starting to write down what I do and shit. I don't remember what happened to me most of my childhood. Most of it's gone and sort of vanished from my memory. I don't remember, like, certain things that I did or said. But most of the stuff, like the important stuff, like how to pay for bills and whatever the adult needs to know, I can do that. I can remember it. So, if she's watching this, Lisa, you don't need to worry about me. Maybe that's why I tell lies, so people will treat me normal. But a wise man once told me, Gordon, he once told me what is normal. We're all the same. It's just that some people might be born a little different than others, but that doesn't mean we're stupid. It just means that we learn a different way or we see stuff different. And I wanted to take this time to say that because Robin Williams was probably like me. He was probably ashamed to tell people that he had something wrong with him because he felt ashamed that people would treat him different, and I can understand that. That's probably why he killed himself. I don't know. But it could be that, or it could be other things. But rest in peace, and I hope he has happiness. I'm not saying that could be a reason, but it could be, it could not be. But I'm not judging him. I'm just saying that a lot of people will treat you different if they find out certain things about you. And they shouldn't be doing that because a lot of people have mental health issues, and a lot of them that I met over the years, and they are the nicest people ever. People with problems, people that are born per se normal, maybe everybody likes them. And maybe they do have pain hidden deep inside them. They just can't let out like a normal. I mean, I'm just telling you guys that because I am a suicide survivor. And I recently dug a pen right in my arm, and I didn't mean to do that. Just that sometimes people do stuff that they don't really want to do to themselves. I think we just get lost and broken, and we can't deal with the pain, so some people do that, but I would never think of doing that anymore. But I just wanted to say that, yeah, one of the lies that I told to protect myself was that I was working. This part is true. I did work as a landscape artist, but it was only when I was in that program. I never had a job. I just told her that so she wouldn't worry about me. I told her that so she wouldn't worry about me, and she's not really related to me. She's part of my granddad's new family, so I don't know much about her. But that's one lie I told, because I'm redoing this whole thing. This whole thing with Robin Williams got me to it's got me to come out, you know, come out and say some stuff. Because I want to help the new generation, so I'm doing this. I don't care if people make fun of me or for it. It makes me feel better, and it is the truth. What is one of the silliest things you guys that are angry over? I used to get upset that I was born like this. I used to hate myself for being human. I felt like I wasn't normal. I never stood in. Felt like I couldn't make any friends, and I just felt like people were using me all the time. But I guess that's not a silly thing to get over, to get mad at. Well, it kind of is, because you can't help it the way you were born. And I don't blame that person for making me actually be this way. I will always love her. Share something you're really bad at. I am really bad at math. Because of this condition I have, I am not good at correcting numbers, but that doesn't mean I'm useless. I can do other stuff. I was really brilliant at history and science, like a little bit of science I was good at. I was especially good in English, like I was good at poetry and stuff like that. I'm even learning After Effects, which is a very hard program, and I'm learning Sony Vegas, which some of you already saw in my videos, but it's really bad. Share something you preach but never do. That I was, well, I usually preach to my sister or someone else that didn't want to go to school, let's just say. They didn't want to go to school, and I would say, you should go to school, but the people that were my friends sort of didn't listen to that, and I would never, I have to admit, I would never go to school. I mean, I never wanted to. I was really treated bad there. I mean, they touched me, well, they didn't touch me, but they took my head and they kind of put it down the sink to wash my hair. And one of them grabbed my arm so tight that I was literally in pain. It was the worst experience. I was locked up in a room, in a dark room for hours just because I didn't do something right. So basically, I had all these trials in my life. And I just wish people would get over it and just leave me alone sometimes, you know? But, yeah. I don't feel like I got over that, what they did. I got over it and I acted stronger. Felt better when I was out of school, but I was gonna not graduate it. Like, I was gonna quit, but I put up with all that shit, and I graduated. I wasn't going to graduate. I mean, they actually had someone from the school board come down and tell me what was I gonna do, and I remember being in that office and staring down my feet, and, well, you kind of do that when you're 17 years old. I mean, you stare at your feet and sort of don't know what you're doing, and I mean, you're a little too young to think about your future then, because you're not even graduated then. I mean, I was just I think I was 16. No, I was 16 at the time. And I didn't have any friends at this school like I did in Invaders and the other school that I went to, so was kind of hating it, and I had to be the new kid all over again. Until a different school where no one knew me. So yeah, I was just there talking to him, and then I said, no, I don't want, I finally took a step back into my mind, and I told him, no, that's fine, I don't want to quit. I'm gonna stay at it, so that's what I did. Have you stolen before? If so, what? No, I never stolen before. I only stolen a ruler or a eraser from my classroom, but everybody did that. I mean, I did steal some matches, but that was from my own house, so I don't count that as stealing. I just consider that as boring. Reveal one act of revenge. Well, since I didn't really like this teacher, I did April's Fool prank on her, and I kind of filled her glass up with water. I spat in it. I don't think this actually causes revenge, but I spat in it, put some hair in it, and my other friend spat in it too, and we sort of mixed all up and watched her drink it. I guess that's how she got sick, but we didn't tell her what we did afterward. We just said April Fools. We didn't tell her what we did to her drink. I mean, she was flat out mean to everybody there, and she was always putting us down and stuff like that. Name someone you used to envy. I used to envy one of my friends, but I don't anymore, because they kind of had it rough too, so like, I won't say their name because that's confidential, but I used to envy her because everybody liked her without even trying. Like, she didn't have to try that much. That's what I found in high school, and even my teacher wanted me to leave the spot that I was in, Miss Bryan, and for me to leave that classroom and to go somewhere else, and for her to take my friend. So I got mad at her one day and I said, if you want her in this class, you go get her and just leave. I was very angry as a kid and a teen. I didn't like anybody pitying me or treating me different or like dirt, basically. Mischievous sin you did in your childhood. I used to what mischievous sin I did started. I'm trying to think because there's so much sins I did back then. I used to write in the school bathroom like every little kid used to do. And I did one evil thing. I looked at one of my friend's files, like school files, and I admitted it to the teacher. I said, I don't know why I did it. I was very curious back then, so I looked at these private school files, and I just read them, and I told them after what I have done. I got punished for it, but since I couldn't have detention that day because that was when school was over for the summer, they couldn't technically punish me because I was leaving for summer vacation. So in a way, I kind of got away with it. but I had to say sorry to them and talk to the principal, but the principal couldn't punish me because they were almost ready to leave for summer. So in a way, I guess I got lucky at that part. I did go into chat rooms when I wasn't supposed to in my high school years, and I did get caught for that. And I didn't know why I was being punished for it, but I got called in the hallway, and this teacher named Mr. Fury said, "Why were you on it?" And I said, "Well, I just wanted someone to talk to because none of my classmates seemed to want to talk to me, so I just talked to anybody." I mean, I never told them where I lived or what my age is or any of those stuff. I just told them my name and I live in Canada, but I didn't say exactly where in Canada or my age. So I did do safety rules, which you should do. You should always do safety rules when you're on the net. So that's pretty much it, and I hope you like Alicia Ron's 22 guilty confession tags. And if you watch this video, you are also going to be tagged, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with, what your guilty pleasure is. So, hope you like it and enjoy.